best idea.
Yeah.
And make sure that it doesn't necessarily have to come from you. And so we're all ears when it comes to users and friends and just people in the industry.
Yeah.
But you know, the rubber hits the road when it comes to fleshing out what that feature really is,
Right.
how it's really going to work, and what the details are. Because you know that's where those little nuances are what really make the customer experience great.
Well, yeah, you know, it's very clear that you've done that. Maybe the last question about this would be, how much time, like how long did it take you guys from conception or from idea to deployment for the BlackBerry client?
Well, I guess I mean, we really hadn't been working solid for a year on this.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that we couldn't have had something faster, and we did go through, you know, 2 or 3 architecture changes, just in terms of scale and performance and what we were really trying to accomplish with the product. So I don't know that I could answer that question accurately in terms of sort of, you know, the roller coaster ride that we went on, and that there's no equation. As much as people want to, you know, I've got an idea, tell me how to get it out there. It's like it's never that simple.
No, and I think as you pointed out, it's I mean you kind of came to a point where you needed to invent XobniOne ultimately, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Because there was a big hole. You said, okay, well, how do we match that?
Yeah.
So it would change the architecture of the product. It would change everything, and I think that's
really good.
but that's the lesson, right? Is that you know, there's a whole bunch of factors that go into developing for the mobile side, and although this is just a simple, and I use that loosely because of the complexity of the product, but it's a simple extension of your existing product, and yet over a period of a year, you went through multiple changes in the architecture and thought process and learning and XobniOne, and mobile is not something to be taken lightly when it comes to the development process. It's going to take some time to make sure you have the right UI, the right functions, and the right features built in. And I think that that's a very valuable lesson that you guys have gone through, obviously, and other entrepreneurs who are looking at this have to know as well. It's hard to succeed here.
It really is. You know, I mean, I spent the majority of my time on desktop software and websites before this, and mobile is not trivial. You know, and one of the other realizations I've had lately is a lot of mobile really comes down to interaction design, and that is you just don't have this giant interface to show things, and so it's really about the flow from one area to another, and from, you know, component to component and things like that really is the heavy lifting when it comes to mobile design.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
Well,
you know, it is. I love the complexity of it. You know, the one thing I do really like about mobile development is if it were easy, everybody'd be doing it.
Exactly. Well, so I'd add to that, Michael, is that everybody's doing it, but not a lot of them are doing it right. Right, and that's the knowledge point where you have to understand. You have to be in the mind of the customer to be able to understand where they are, what they're doing at that moment, and what data and what information they need right then and there.
Exactly.
Because if you fail once there, that could be catastrophic for a product that is supposed to be ease of use to, you know, gather the right information. So a lot of people are building apps, you know, beer chugging apps, stuff that aren't relevant. But those guys that are investing, like you guys, the time and the effort into understanding what their customers need, realize that this is a longer journey than just getting an app out and signing it off and building it on another platform. You know, it's a very important part to your business, I think, as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that if you want to build an app that doesn't integrate into people's workflow, then it's far easier, and that might be the right route for some people to take.
Well, would you do this again? Like, you know, going forward, is it like if you could project yourself to today when you guys were building Xobni for Outlook, would you have taken the same route, Xobni for Outlook first, and then moved into the mobile, or would you have changed that up, or what do you think?
Yeah, no, I think we would, mainly because, you know, Outlook is just such a rich data set. And it's just so ubiquitous across businesses and even consumers. Yep. And that, you know, not to add a plug, but we did introduce Xobni for Enterprise about like 7 months ago,
Yeah, yeah.
and so being able to leverage the business organizations and then seeing how mobile is actually going to play into that,
Yeah.
they actually have been driving a lot of the feature requests in terms of our mobile app too. So I think Outlook really was the right move,
Yeah.
and I think the smartphones are going to be the next one. It's going to be fun.
Well, listen. So, Michael, I really appreciate appreciate your time here today. As a, before you came on, I obviously said I love the product. I've been using it for quite some time. I've seen some great value in it. I use an iPhone. I'll be patient for an iPhone client, but I do have a BlackBerry as well. But kudos on this launch. It's great to see you extend this business into the mobile sphere. I think that it's needed, and it's an enhancement to the BlackBerry PIM. I think that everybody knows it's not the nicest and most rich environment on the BlackBerry. So you guys add that ability, the function and the form. So congratulations on getting that out the door.
Thank you, and thanks for taking the time to talk with me. It's been great.
No problem at all. So it's Michael Holzer. You're the product manager for BlackBerry at Xobni. Xobni's at Xobni on Twitter. Is that right?
That's true. Yep.
Okay, and Xobni.com. That's inbox spelled backwards. Xobni.com. You get all the information there.
Yep, Xobni.com/BlackBerry. If you want to use the BlackBerry app.
That's excellent. It's $10. Buy it. Just buy it. Just buy it. $7 with the XobniOne, and that's a subscription service for about $4 a month.
That's right.
All right. Summary there. Michael, thank you so much for coming on to Untether, and I really appreciate your time.
All right, and I'll let you know when we have the iPhone app for you.
Please do. First in line. If you need a beta customer, let me know.
All right, we'll do.
Okay.
Take
Thanks,
care.
Michael.